Hello friends, welcome back to your UPSC. Today in Geography of India, we are going to start with part 2 of Climate of India, that is seasonal rhythms. So let's get started. So, as we all have seen that Indian climate is characterized by distinct seasonalities, okay? So season come and go one after the other, okay? And they have a precision, okay? They have a certain sequence in which they occur. Now, they depict annual cycle of weather and reflect a changing mode in nature, okay? Changing mode of nature. But we have to define certain definition or certain criterion should be given to the seasons. So our Indian Meteorological Department, that is IMD, has recognized four distinctive seasons, okay? So these four distinctive seasons are: first is the cold weather season or the winter season. Next is the hot weather or the summer season. Then we have the season of southwest monsoon, that is our rainy season. And lastly, we have season of retreating monsoon, and that is cool season. Okay. So first we will start with the cold weather season or the winter season. So the cold weather season, it commences in the November, and it continues till early March. Okay. So November till March. During this time, we have clear sky, pleasant weather, low temperature, and low humidity. We have uh, cool and slow northern winds that are flowing. Okay, so these are basic characteristics of this winter season. Now, if we talk about the temperature of the cold weather season, then in northern area, the one third of the country have a mean temperature that is below 21 degree Celsius. So one third country is having the temperature that is below 21 degrees Celsius. But at afternoon, the temperature it goes up to 21 degrees Celsius. Okay, 27 degrees Celsius. Sorry. And January is the coldest month when the temperature of Ganga plain is it varies from 12.5 to 17.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, the mean minimum temperature are about 5 degrees Celsius over the northwestern India. But if we look into Rajasthan and all that, Rajasthan, their temperature, it sometimes in few desert areas, it falls up to 0 degrees Celsius also. And if we look into the Jammu and Kashmir region, that region also becomes very cold during summer. Like we have yesterday we have studied that Dras Valley, there the temperature it falls up to 45 degrees Celsius. On 28 December 1908 it was recorded minus 45 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the individual day of temperature may fall much below the mean value level. Okay, the night temperature often fall below freezing point in many hilly areas. Dras Valley we have studied, but in southern region, the one third area in southern region, they have rather a warm condition. Okay, and they do not have distinctive defined winter season. Okay, because we have already studied that because of co- close proximity with the oceanic region. Okay, because of close proximity with oceanic region, this area have moderation of temperature, hence we may find maximum variation in temperature, extreme temperature is 3 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the temperature there is the isotherms from east to west direction is 20 degrees Celsius near the area of Tropic of Cancer, and below that we have the temperature, average temperature or mean temperature of southernmost tip, that is the region here. We will have temperature that is 25 degrees Celsius average temperature. Okay, And if we look into the maximum temperature in India during winter season, it is in Tiruvananthapuram, Tiruvananthapuram, we have 31 degrees Celsius temperature during the winter season. Okay. Then, if we look into the eastern part, here the temperature also falls because we have hilly region here. And in the western part, the temperature reaches to 15 degrees Celsius. Okay. So this is average temperature. The average temperature it reaches up to 15 degrees Celsius. So if we look into distribution, so if this is India, consider this is India. Okay. So if this is India, then this part, this top, here we have temperature below 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is 10 degree isotherms. Then we have the northern part, which includes some part of Rajasthan as well as Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, some part of that. Okay, they and the here we have eastern part. Okay, so the eastern part, they have temperature that is about 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, then here we have 20 degree isotherms. Okay, and here we will have temperature above 20 degrees Celsius, and below that we will have temperature above, here we will have temperature above 15 degrees Celsius, and below that we will have temperature above 20 degrees Celsius, and here we will have temperature above 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, now if we talk about pressure and winds, the high air pressure prevails over a large area of northeastern India due to low temperature conditions there. Normally, the pressure it varies to 1015 to 1020 millibar. Okay, 1015 to 1020 millibars. Okay, but if you look towards the south, the pressure is comparatively lower. Why? Because the temperature there is high. Then we will look into western disturbances and tropical cyclones. So we see that during the time of cold weather, the temperature or the weather conditions they are normally calm and clear. Then there is sometimes disturbances caused because of depressions that inflow from the west. Okay, so from the west the depressions they inflow, so we have western disturbances, we have low pressure area depression coming from the west, and these are known as western disturbances. So they originate in the Mediterranean Sea and enter into India after crossing over Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan and Pakistan. Okay, so from Mediterranean Sea they come to India after crossing these four countries, and on the way they accumulate moisture from Persian Gulf, Caspian Sea. Okay, so they often uh, come in an occluded form. Okay, when they reach India, and they intensify over Rajasthan, Punjab, and Haryana, and they move eastward across the sub-Himalayan belt and reach right up to Arunachal Pradesh. And they cause a little rain in Indus Ganga plain, snowfall in Himalayan belt, and they also lower the temperature. The minimum temperature that they lower is by 5 to 10 degrees Celsius below the normal. Okay, and haze is common during this time. So this is the western disturbances. But if we look into tropical cyclone, this season has least number of tropical cyclonic activity. The frequency decreases with the advancement of season, and this is basically due to low sea surface temperature. Okay, as we have studied in cyclone that we need to have high temperature, okay, in the sea. Okay, so if the temperature is high, then there will be more upliftment of air, and that will form huge clouds, and cyclones will also be formed. Okay, so the reason we have already studied in tropical cyclone how they are formed. Okay, so during cold season, the temperature, it falls down. Okay, it falls down. So we have very less tropical cyclonic activities. Okay, but the storms, they are born in Bay of Bengal. They strike Tamil Nadu, and some of them crosses southern peninsula over the Arabian Sea. And the storm, they originate in Arabian Sea and moves towards either north or west. Then precipitation. Now the retreating winter monsoon season, if we look, that is, the wind blows from land towards the sea, and because they blow from land towards the sea, they don't have enough moisture. Okay, so they do not cause much rainfall, but the wind, it picks up some moisture from, see if this is the area. Okay, so the wind, if it is coming from this side, then it will pick up the moisture from Bay of Bengal, and it will cause some rainfall, winter rainfall in Tamil Nadu and south of Andhra Pradesh and southeast Karnataka and southeast Kerala. Okay, and the highest seasonal rainfall is about 75 centimeter. That is between October and December. Okay, and it occurs along the southeastern coast of Tamil Nadu and adjoining part of Andhra Pradesh. And after that, the rainfall, it gradually decreases, and we have little bit of rainfall in the northeastern Kerala. Then we have western disturbances. They also cause little rainfall in the northwestern India. The amount of rainfall generally decreases from the north to northwest, north and northwest. So from where they are coming, this area will receive maximum amount of rainfall, but as it will go towards its west, sorry, towards its east, the moisture, it will, moisture content in this cyclone, it will decrease, and that's why the rainfall, it goes on decreasing. Now this was about winter season. Now we will look into summer season. Okay, so the summer season, it is a period of March to June. Okay, so it is a period from March to June. Here we have high temperature, low humidity. That is the chief characteristic. So that is why we call this season as hot weather season, or we also say it as hot, dry summer season. And this season is sometimes referred to as pre-monsoon period. Okay. Now, if we talk about the temperature, so as the season advances, the sun is vertical, sun and its vertical ray, they fall as the sun is has moved northward, so they fall directly on the country, on the large part of the country. So the south of Satpura ranges are heated up. Okay, and they are, there is progression towards the northward side. Okay, as the sun proceeds towards the north, the south part become distinctly warmer in March and April, whereas in June, the North India is much, having much higher temperature. Why? Because the southern temperature is moderated by the sea. Okay, and we have highest temperature during March in the southern part of Deccan Plateau. It is nearly 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, but as the sun rays then moves upward, we will see that Rajasthan, in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, the temperature becomes much higher, and the highest temperature, it shifts to Rajasthan, which is sometimes as high as 48 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the maximum temperature that is recorded is 50.6 degrees Celsius in Ganganagar, that is in Rajasthan, on 14th June 1935. Okay, but the highest temperature, it is recorded in May. But in certain areas, the June is the month of highest temperature. And if we look into the minimum temperature during night, it is about 18 degrees Celsius or 20 degrees Celsius is the mark. Okay. So the maximum summer temperature, however, is comparatively lower in southern part as compared to the part of North India. Okay. And that is, we all know, because of moderation of temperature because of sea. And in some areas in south we have temperature at most of the places that is 26 to 30 degrees Celsius. The temperature of along the western coast, it is comparatively lower than the prevailing than that is prevailing over the eastern coast due to westerly winds that are prevailing over that area. Okay. The northern and the central part of India, they experiences heat wave in this season. Okay. Now heat wave is generally uh, referred to as the normal maximum temperature of particular region, and according to Indian convention, the departure of maximum temperature of the order of 6 degree to 7 degree above the normal is termed as moderate, and the 8 degrees Celsius or more is termed as severe heat waves. Okay, so if the temperature is departed up to 6 degrees Celsius, okay, then 6 to 7 degrees Celsius, then it is moderate heat wave, and if it is 8 degrees Celsius or above, it is severe heat wave. Okay. Now the most of the heat wave they develop over Punjab, Rajasthan and Haryana. This is due to the location of these area far away from the sea. Okay, because they are located so far away from the sea, their temperature is quite high. So if you talk about heat wave, they start striking by the end of April, and their maximum occurrence is in May and June till the onset of southwest monsoon. Okay. The normal duration of heat wave is 4 to 5 days. However, the heat wave are rare over peninsular south of 13-degree north latitude due to maritime condition prevailing there. Okay. Now, as we have done the temperature, now we will look into pressure and wind. Now, the pressure and wind, if you look, the atmospheric pressure is low all over the country due to high temperature. But there is unusually low temperature that is noticed in the northwest India, where the temperature is exceptionally high. And we all know that pressure is inversely proportional to temperature. So if the pressure is very high, then the temperature will be very low. And if the temperature is very high, then pressure will be very low. Now, the overall pressure gradient is low during this period. And if we look into extreme north and extreme south, the difference in their temperature does not exceed to more than 3 to 4 millibar. Okay, so the difference between the pressure does not exceed more than 3 to 4 millibar. Now, during this time, we have most remarkable feature, okay, that is Lu. Lu actually uh, it is warm local wind, okay, and it blows in the northeastern part of India, that is Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana. So these part of India, they are affected by this wind because due to very high temperature there is great depression. Okay, so we have steep pressure gradient, and this pressure gradient is often of the order of 1 to 1.5 millibar per degree of latitude. Okay, so under such conditions the hot and dust laden strong winds, so these strong winds, that is Lu, they start blowing, and the Lu, they normally start blowing by 9 a.m. and increases gradually and reaches the maximum intensity in the afternoon when the temperature is maximum. and their speed is 30 to 40 kilometer per hour, and they persist for days, that is often 3 to 10 days at a stretch. Now, the strong dust storm that results from the convection phenomena, they are locally known as Andi, and which literally means blinding storms. Okay, so they are also formed. So these Andis, or what we say blinding storms, they are essentially dust storms which move like solid wall of dust and sand. Okay, and the wind velocity they often reaches to 50 to 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, and the visibility in this area it reduces up to few meters. Such dust storms they are common in Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, Jammu region, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh. Okay, but they are short-lived, and they also bring with them squalls and showers. Okay, and because of the squalls and shower, they are followed by the storm. The temperature it decreases sharply. Okay, and which provides much needed relief during this period. Okay, now if we talk about other areas, we have strong convectional movement with divergence related to westerly jet stream or westerly disturbances in upper troposphere, which leads to thunderstorm in the eastern and northeastern part of the country. Okay, they normally originate over Chota Nagpur plateau and they are carried eastward by the westerly wind. Okay, the areas which have high incidence of thunderstorms, they are Assam, we have Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipur, all these sisters. Then we have seven sisters. Then we have West Bengal, Odisha, some part of Odisha, then Jharkhand. Okay, and the direction of these squalls or showers is generally from northwest side. Okay, sorry, northwestern side. Okay, so they are called as nor'westers. Okay, and they are often very violent. Their speed it reaches up to 60 to 80 kilometers per hour. Okay, now these hailstorms they are sometimes accompanied by showers and occasionally attain the size of a golf ball. Okay, so they cause heavy damage to standing crops, trees, buildings, and livestock, and they even lead to the loss of human lives. But in some areas they are useful. Sometimes they are useful, like useful for tea, jute, rice cultivation. In Assam, these storms are known as Barodoli Chera. Okay, so it is spelled like it is written like Barodoli. Okay. Now, the period of maximum occurrence of this storms is the month of Vesak. Okay, so Vesak it occurs in mid March to mid April. Okay, so because of this, this storm is also known as locally it is known as Kal Vaisakhi. Okay, and this Kal Vaisakhi it means black storm or the mass of dark clouds of Vesak. Now, if we talk about south, the thunderstorm occurs in Kerala and adjoining part of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, particularly during evening and night. The highest occurrence of these storms are at extreme southwestern tip. Okay, so it is at extreme southwest tip, and with the season, it incidents as the season incidents it occurs. It takes up to 38 days. Okay, so it is about 38 days long. And as we go northward, its intensity it reduces. Okay, and in Mangalore, it is only about 14 days. Okay, so it is only about 14 days in Mangalore, and as we go further northward, it does not occur only. Okay, so that was about pressure and winds. Now we will talk about western disturbances and tropical cyclones. So we studied here the local winds that were there are Lu, then we have Andi, then we have Nor'wester, then we have Kal Vaisakhi, okay, then we have Bardoli Chichera, Chera, Bardoli Chera, okay. Now the western disturbances and tropical cyclone. Western disturbances influence large part of northwest and northern India during winter's season. Still, the they persist their frequency and intensity generally in decreased form as the advancement of the season. Okay, now we have approximately 4, 3, and 2 western disturbances visit in northwest India in March, April, and May, respectively. So, in March, we will have 4 western disturbances, then in April, we will have 3, and then in May, we will have 2 western disturbances. So, these disturbances they are caused they cause the change in weather conditions by bringing cloudiness and convective activities in this part of the country. Okay, they also sometimes cause snowfall in the higher reaches of Himalayas. Now this season is also known as the season of tropical cyclone originating in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. So a few cyclones are formed in Bay of Bengal in the month of March, but they do not affect the mainland of India. Their frequency reaches steeply in April, and the number of cyclone originating in May is more than double than those originating in April. Okay. Now about three-fourths of the tropical cyclones are born in Bay of Bengal and reach the rest originate in Arabian Sea. Okay, so maximum number of like three-fourth in Bay of Bengal and one-fourth in Arabian Sea. Okay, the most of the depression in April it originates in south of 10° north. Okay, which while the one originating in May are born in the north of the, this latitude. Okay, that means higher latitude. But out of uh, the total storms that originate, only 30% of them crosses the Indian coast. Okay, and other dissipates over the sea itself. The whole east coast of India and the coastal area of Bangladesh, Arakan coast of Myanmar are liable to be hit by tropical cyclone in May. Many of them are hit quite severely and there is heavy damage to life and property. Now in Arabian Sea, major storms are formed in May between 7 to 12° latitude, and about 75% originate to the west of 70° east longitude, and they move away from Indian coast in the northwesterly direction, and thus they dissipate in the sea. Now we will look into precipitation. Now, as we have discussed in the characteristic, this season is dry season, but this is not totally a rainless season. Okay, although only 1% of the annual rainfall of India is received during this period, In the northeastern part of the country, dust storms they bring little rainfall, as we have studied that Andi, after Andi we have some sort of showers that come, squalls and showers they occur. The dust storm they bring with them little rainfall in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh. They receive less than 2.5 centimeter of rainfall during this season. The precipitation in Kashmir is mainly in the form of snow or sleet in March and early April, and it is caused by the western disturbances. In higher reaches, more than 5,000 meters above the sea level, they experience snowfall even in May, and these disturbances they move eastward and cause snowfall and thunderstorm in the central and eastern Himalayas till the end of April. Now, if we talk about nor'wester, they bring rainfall in Assam, and this rainfall is about 50 centimeters, and about 10 centimeters rainfall is brought in West Bengal and Odisha. Now, the intensity of rainfall is high, and we have as much as 5 centimeter of rainfall is recorded in 1 hour, but the rainfall is short lived. Okay, so the nor'wester they cause spring storm shower. Okay, in Assam we receive rainfall in May, and about two-thirds of rainfall is received in June. This small amount of rainfall is very useful for cultivation of tea, jute, and rice. Hence, this shower is also known as tea shower in Assam. Okay, so they are known as tea shower. In coastal areas of Kerala and Karnataka, we receive about 25 centimeters of rainfall from thunderstorm, and these storms also cause about 10 centimeters of rainfall in the interior of South India, and such showers are known as mango showers. Okay, so in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, they are known as mango showers because they are very beneficial for mango crops. And in Karnataka, they are called as cherry blossom because of their salutary effect on the coffee plantation. So they are known as cherry blossom in Karnataka. Okay. Now, after summer season and cold weather or winter season, we have rainy season. So, the rainy season in India, it starts with the onset of southwest monsoon in June and continues till the mid of September. So it is from June till mid September. Okay. Now this season is also known as monsoon season or southwest monsoon season or wet season or hot wet season. The weather condition all over the country changes with the onset of monsoon winds. We have high heat, high humidity, we have extensive clouding, and several spells of moderate to heavy rainfall with strong surface winds are the chief characteristics of this season. Okay, so we have high humidity, high heat, and we have thick clouds and stretch of heavy rainfall. Okay, moderate to heavy rainfall, and we have also strong surface winds. Now if we talk about the temperature, so the temperature, there is significant fall in the temperature with the beginning of rainfall season. Okay, so in the June The temperature in South India is 3 to 6 degree lower than the May temperature, and similarly July temperature in the northwestern India is 2 to 3 degree lower than the June temperature. But also the temperature falls from its dry summer level. It remains more or less uniform throughout the rainy season. However, the temperature it rises again in September with the cessation of the rain. Okay, as the rainfall it stops. So after that, the temperature it rises again. The secondary maximum temperature period is experienced all over the country. So primary was the summer season, but after September, after the shower has been done with, okay, so after that we experience secondary maximum temperature all over the country. There is rise in temperature wherever there is break in monsoon and rainfall does not occur for a number of days. Okay, the night temperature they move uniform than the day temperature. The diurnal range of temperature is small due to clouds and rains. The range is between 4 degree to 8 degree when the monsoon is fully established. Now the highest temperature is over 32 degrees Celsius and they are experienced in the Thar Desert. At places especially west of the Aravalli, the temperature may be as high as 38 to 40 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, why does this occur at west of Aravalli? This is because of lack of clouds and predominance of continental air mass. The remaining part of northwest India also have temperature above 30 degrees Celsius. The temperature are quite low over the western Ghats due to high elevation and also due to heavy rainfall. But the rain shadow area is comparatively warmer on account of low elevation and scanty rainfall. Okay, so in the western Ghats, if you look at the western Ghats, this part will be having lower temperature and huge amount of rainfall, while this part will be having warmer temperature and scanty rainfall. Okay, now the coastal area of Tamil Nadu and adjoining part of Andhra Pradesh, they have temperature above 30 degrees Celsius because they receive rainfall during this season. Okay, so the rainfall they receive during this season is very low. Okay, so the little because of little rainfall that they receive in this season, they have temperature above 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, now we will look into pressure and wind. The temperature of northwest India are still very high, as a result of which there is low pressure conditions that prevails over the whole area. The most special feature of the surface is that the surface pressure distribution during this season is elongated across the Ganga basin right up to the head of Bay of Bengal. Okay, and this is known as monsoon trough. Okay, so monsoon trough. Now, because we have monsoon trough, there is frequency change in its location and intensity depending upon the weather condition. The atmospheric pressure in most of the part of North India is less than 1000 millibars, and it increases steadily as we move towards south and the pressure becomes high. Now, if we talk about rainfall, about three-fourths of the total rainfall, annual rainfall that is received during this season. Okay, and in some areas, the rainfall received is more than average. Okay, for example, the average rainfall over the plain of India is about 92 centimeter or about 87 centimeter, whereas during the remaining part of the year, it is only 14 centimeter of rainfall that occurs. Okay, so because of maximum number of rainy days, this season is also known as wet season. So there is a phenomenon which we commonly call as monsoon burst. So what exactly is monsoon burst? So monsoon, it advances with startling suddenness accompanied with lot of thunder, lightning and heavy downpour. So this sudden onset of rain is termed as monsoon burst. Okay. Now if we look into basic characteristics of monsoon rainfall, the rainfall is occurred by southwest monsoon, and it is a seasonal rainfall. Okay, the major part, it receives rainfall between the period of June to September. Then second characteristic is monsoon rainfall. It is largely orographic in its mode of occurrence, and it is governed by reliefs. So we have Himalayas and Western Ghats that are main cause of rainfall. Okay, so Himalayas, they obstruct the moisture laden monsoon winds from India. Okay, Indian Ocean, and they causes rainfall in the northeastern state and Indo-Gangetic plain as well as Brahmaputra plain. Okay, now again, if we look into the Western Ghats, so we have Himalayas that obstruct the rainfall, and because of rain obstructing the rainfall, the air moisture laden wind, they rises up and they form cloud as they become heavy, and they starts downpouring. Okay, same happens with the Western Ghats. So Western Ghats, the windward side, as the moisture laden winds they attack, they actually are obstructed by Western Ghats, and because they are obstructed by Western Ghats, they tend to rise up, and because they are rising, they cool down and they form cloud and the downpouring start. So in the windward side, we have lush green vegetation in the Western Ghats. Now, the third characteristic is the amount of rainfall, it decreases with the increase in distance from the sea, that is but obvious. Then monsoon rain occurs in wet spell of few days intercepted with rainless intervals known as breaks. Okay, so this rain monsoon, they occur in break, and the break in rainfall, they are related to tropical cyclones which originate in Bay of Bengal. Now the rainfall by the southwest monsoon, they come in the form of heavy downpour which results in large scale runoff and soil erosion. Okay, now because we have agrarian society, agrarian economy, we are largely dependent on the monsoon rains. Okay, and if we look into the distribution of rainfall, we have great variation in rainfall. Like in western coastal plain, we have about 250 centimeters of rainfall, while in western Rajasthan, we have only merely about 12 centimeters of rainfall. Okay, now the monsoon, it is sometimes delayed and it sometimes come sooner. Okay, so there is no fixed time, or it fails to keep the date. Okay, sometimes monsoon is withdrawn before the schedule, causing considerable damage to the crops. Okay, so these are basic characteristics of monsoon rain. Now, lastly, we have cool season. Now, cool season start with the beginning of withdrawal of southwest monsoon in the middle of September, and it continues up to November. So, September, mid September till November. Okay, and after the cool season, winter season starts. Okay, so monsoon, it withdraws from the extreme northwest of the west end of the country in September, and from the peninsula by October and from the extreme southeastern tip of the country by December. Now, due to retreat of monsoon, this season is also known as season of retreating monsoon, and sometimes it is also referred to as post monsoon season. Sorry. Now, if we look into temperature, with the retreat of monsoon, the clouds disappear and the sky becomes clear. The day temperature it rises a little at initial stage, but sooner it starts falling steeply. In October, the day temperature over large part of Rajasthan it is 37 degrees Celsius, and it decreases as we go southward. In peninsular region, it is 33 degrees Celsius. In northeastern India, it is 30 degrees Celsius. Night are cool with maximum temperature varying from 20 to 25 degrees Celsius in Himalayan region. The minimum temperature it reaches up to freezing point and sometimes below. The average temperature in most of the part of the country varies from 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. So this is the distribution of temperature. After that, we will look into pressure and winds. The monsoon retreat elongates through the low pressure across Indo-Gangetic plain. Okay, so there is low pressure across Indo-Gangetic plain, and this low pressure it weakens because the monsoon has retreated. Okay, and this low pressure it gradually shifts southward, and by October it reaches to Bay of Bengal. So the pressure, the low pressure gradient, because we have quite a good amount of rainfall in the rainy season before, so the low pressure gradient it is removed and it shifts southward. Okay, now if we talk about winds, winds are basically or mostly influenced by local pressure conditions and over the part of the country, so we can experience some rainfall in this season. Okay, so this season when the southwest monsoon it yields, so this season it takes place, and here northeast monsoon occurs. Okay, and the occurrence of northeast onset of northeast monsoon it is not clearly defined. So some of the meteorologists they say that after the withdrawal of summer monsoon we have onset of winter monsoon over the peninsular India. Okay, but if we look into direction, they are, as I've said, they are determined by the local pressure conditions. Now, if we talk about cyclones, this is a season of most severe and devastating tropical cyclone originating in Indian Sea, especially in Bay of Bengal. The highest frequency of cyclone in this month of this area is during the month of October and first half of November. More cyclones are born in October than in November, and more cyclones are originated in Bay of Bengal than in Arabian Sea. In October, the cyclones of Bay of Bengal they originate between the 8 degree to 14 degree north. Okay, so it is like between the area of Tamil Nadu to Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so 55% of Bay of Bengal storms they crosses or affect the Indian coast. The area most vulnerable with these storms they include the coastal belt of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, and West Bengal. Many of the cyclones which strike the eastern coast, they crosses the southern peninsula and enters the Arabian Sea. Okay, during this process they may weaken, but on re-entry over the Arabian Sea, they re-intensify into cyclonic storm of, and the cyclonic storm of Arabian Sea it originate in October and in November as Bay of Bengal. Okay, and generally they move away from the coast in the northwesterly direction. Okay, but also 25% of them later recurve the northeast towards the northeast and strike the Maharashtra and Gujarat coast. Okay, so the one originating in the Arabian Sea, they are first dragged away by northwest, but they re-enter as northeast cyclones and they affect Maharashtra and Gujarat coast. Okay. Now, if we talk about precipitation, the humidity and cloud cover they are much reduced with the retreat of southwest monsoon, and the most of the part of country they remain like rainless without much rainfall. However, October November are main rainy season in Tamil Nadu and adjoining area of Andhra Pradesh and to the south of Krishna Delta as well as secondary rain period of for Kerala. And if we look into the fact, the Kerala has bimodal pattern of rainfall with the main rain in the southwest monsoon season and the subsidiary rain in this season. Okay, that is northeast monsoon season. Now we have average rainfall of Tamil Nadu that is 32 38.25 in the month of October and November, and it is about 38.73% of the coastal rainfall of the coastal area received rainfall received. Okay, now if we talk about the coastal area, the 50% of the rainfall is received annually by the coastal area or by the rainfall during this season only. So that was about the seasons of India. Now we will talk about annual rainfall. So the distribution of annual rainfall in India is, as we have seen, it varies. So we have categorized the areas into four. So we have area of very heavy rainfall, then we have area of high rainfall, low rainfall, and lastly we have area of very low rainfall. Now, if we talk about the area of very low rainfall, these are desert area and semi-desert area receiving rainfall less than 50 centimeters. Okay, they includes large area of western Rajasthan, Kutch, and most of the Ladakh region of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, if we talk about the area of low rainfall, they receive rainfall. Here we have less than 50 centimeter. Here we have rainfall that is 50 to 100 centimeters. Okay, they include large part of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Western Madhya Pradesh. Okay, then we have Karnataka, Eastern Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, and part of Uttar Pradesh. Now, if we look into the area of high rainfall, it is receiving the rainfall from 100 to 200 centimeters. Okay, they include eastern slope of Western Ghats and major part of northern plains, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. Okay, and lastly, the areas which receive more than sorry, I've done it wrong. So more than 200 centimeters of rainfall, they come in the area of very high rainfall. Okay, so we have the whole of Assam, Nagaland, Madhya Pradesh, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, and part of Tripura, northwestern tip of West Bengal, which receives the rainfall above 200 centimeters or more. Now we have some pockets which receive the rainfall over 400 centimeters, like we have Meghalaya. It is the wettest part of the country with Mawsin Ram and Cherrapunji that get 1221 and 1102 centimeters of annual rainfall respectively. Okay, so that was about season and rainfall of the country. So that was all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's lecture. Let's meet in our next class. Till then, take care and have a nice day.